Moi aussi, je ne voudrais pas trop prendre du temps, disons, à la discussion et aux points fondamentaux disons, de la journée. Je voulais juste dire quelques mots sur le pourquoi l'engagement des ACRA dans ce processus. Tout fait partie disons, de la réflexion sur le fait que l'alimentation fait partie du droit de l'homme, c'est-à-dire l'accès à une nourriture saine et nutritive en quantité suffisante pour répondre aux besoins nutritionnels essentiels, est inscrit dans l'article 11 du pacte international relatif aux droits économiques, sociaux et culturels. Le droit à l'alimentation est mieux garanti que dans un contexte de souveraineté alimentaire, en plaçant ceux qui distribuent et consomment la nourriture au centre des systèmes et des politiques alimentaires, en définissant leur propre politique agricole et alimentaire et en les orientant vers des modèles écologiquement, socialement, économiquement et culturellement appropriés. Et donc, à partir de tout ceci, comment nous essayons de faire partie de ce processus à travers trois piliers, je dirais. Donc, le premier, c'est la promotion des synergies et des partenariats entre différents acteurs. Et donc, à travers l'encouragement à la création de partenariats stratégiques entre les secteurs publics, le secteur privé à but lucratif et non lucratif, la société civile, les acteurs de la recherche, les organisations internationales pour la sécurité et la souveraineté alimentaire, tout en respectant l'environnement et ses ressources. Et le deuxième pilier, c'est la mise en œuvre agroecologique. Et donc, ACRA vise à promouvoir l'adoption des bonnes pratiques qui peuvent améliorer les systèmes alimentaires urbains et ruraux, de manière à garantir les droits à l'alimentation sans compromettre les ressources et les écosystèmes. Et finalement, le troisième, c'est la facilitation et la participation de la société civile, c'est-à-dire essayer de rendre participe donc tous les acteurs de la société civile et dans ce processus de définition et de mise en œuvre des politiques alimentaires durables. Bon, voilà. Je m'arrête ici. Je vous remercie encore pour votre participation et donc je donne la parole au suivant. Merci beaucoup.
Hello, everybody. My name is Giuseppe De Santis. I bring to you the greetings of the farmers and the other entity of the Rete Semi Rurali, the Italian seed network. My intervention will be further in the session, so I'll leave the stage to EStà for the first.
Pour la première présentation, je pense.
Good morning to everyone. My name is Andrea Calori. I'm the president of EStà. We are a non-profit research and training group based in Milan. And together with the other promoter of this meeting, we had a lot of discussions in the past month to understand how to bring up our ideas, forces and competencies and relations to try to do a step forward on the topics of this meeting. So cities, food, that is food system, and climate change. And the name, the title Green Deal means to understand what kind of alliances we can do together because we know that a lot of us are already working with the on-field projects, with support, technical support, with financial support, with the plans and programs. But the idea is how to bring together all these kind of skills, competencies, and programs to create something new and something maybe bigger. So this is a technical meeting, or mainly it comes from an idea promoted by people who had experiences on the ground. We are not decision makers, but the idea is to create a good environment among different actors to create, to verify the possibility to create an alliance on these topics. And to go beyond the approach of the single project and to understand this kind of possibility. So this is why we promoted this meeting, and we are happy to be here with all of you. And all the experiences that will be presented this morning are not simply to share experience, but to put together the bricks of a new possible building together. So I can give the floor to the next presentation.
Yes.
Giovanni Sartor, who is here. Okay, well,
Thank you very much, Andrea. Good morning to everybody. My name is Giovanni Sartor. I'm working for Manitese. It's an Italian NGO. I'm representing here a network called Azione TerrAE, Coalition for Agroecological Transition, that we formed. Actually, we are a group of Italian NGOs together with Agroecology Europe and Agroecology Italy and Rete Semi Rurali. We have formed this coalition one year and a half ago, in particular with following an appeal actually of our experiences on the field, mainly an appeal from the farmers, from the community we are working with, in particular in West Africa. In fact, the concentration and the main aim of the network is really to build up together with partner and in particular financial institution a program, really agroecological transition program for West Africa. And within this frame, actually, we think that urban challenges of agriculture and nutrition is a part of this framework program. And we also have taken this decision actually because we felt that in particular West Africa and Sahel region are in a very critical situation due to different challenges that we are here today. We don't have time to go deeply in. And we think actually that agroecology and to develop a transition to agroecology is a solution for us. It's a solution to not only to the problem of productivity of production of agricultural nutrition, but is really a solution to all the challenges due to the social, environmental, and economical situation of the region. And as I said, we have different NGOs as members. Most of them are here today with us, like Fondazione ACRA, Manitese, as I said, LVA, CIBO, DFAL, that colleague of DFAL will talk later about more deeply our manifesto we prepared as Azione TerrAE, and then COSPE and Terra Nuova. So thank you very much to all the participants, and really we are very happy to be here today and to discuss this issue that we think is very crucial for the whole agroecological system of we are looking for us to promote. Thank you very much, and have a good day of a working day to all of you. Thank you.
Condivido?
Sì, ho già fatto, ho già fatto.
No.
Sì, vai.
Okay. Good morning. Where we left off and what did we learn so far in this process, which gather a lot of cities in sub-Saharan Africa. This is the aim of my intervention.
Oui.
We left Ouaga in.
Nous avons laissé Ouaga au mois de
We are addressing the food topics in an urban context as a great global challenge who requires a lot of strategy. The cases gathered today are a selection of some of most innovative food practices and policies from the country of the South. It is not about celebrating this case, but rather about sharing, inspiring, and demonstrating how these new policies are realistic and they can bring out a concrete change in the urban area. Although the sub-Saharan context may be different from other regional or national contexts, food is a truly powerful way to begin a novel cooperation and relationship between cities, also in different areas in the world. Through this initiative, we want to highlight elements, characteristics, and lessons that can inspire other cities. Thus, many of examples given here have an idea, a universal potential for all. What did we learn so far? We learned that we have to sketch up a perimeter of the playground. Relating to the policy, we need to start as an evidence-based, no. Così? We need focusing on solid and real data. The process has to be democratic, so promoting equality by making good food accessible and affordable. Has to be progressive, as said, promoting an innovation, a real innovation. Has to be open, enabling collaboration and dialogue between institutions, civil society, in order to address the complexity of the issues. We need an holistic process, taking into account the interconnection between policy solution and global challenge. So far we said about the next meeting in Rome about the food system. At the end, the process has to be sustainable, safeguarding both health and of the human and health of the planet. Io faccio un po' l'intervento. We need to set in the table for this discussion and set also the rule of the games we have to play. For example, we try to lead the initiative around the social protection, strengthening food culture identity, cutting down the food waste, and promote a sustainable diet. We bring back to this topic during the discussion, and I'll leave the stage to the next speaker. Thank you.
Vediamo magari se è già in presentazione.
No, mi sa di no. Ah no, no, si interrompe.
Ok.
Si vede.
Just 1 minute to share the screen. This, I suppose this, yes, this is the one. Ok. Non ho capito, Andrea. Control
L. L. No, perché non è. Dobbiamo aprirlo così.
No, non va. Sorry, just a small technical problem. We will solve in a few seconds and be back to the presentation. In the meanwhile, I present myself. I am Massimiliano De Prati. I am the coordinator of EStà. And yes, we will share this PDF in such a way. And I will try to introduce you the position paper at the basis of this meeting that we have elaborated as experts, researchers, and the social and civil society that have worked a lot about the food policies issues. We think that we have to create a strategy, a big strategy, about 3 big issues for African cities. The first issue is how to harmonize food production, to improve, to increase the farmer revenues. How to harmonize the food productions in the rural side with the food demand in the urban side to improve the access and the quality of the food for the urban population. And the third issue is the climate change one. How to produce food to fight climate change, because we know that food system is fundamental to fight against climate change. We think that it's not possible to do that without a big strategy, not dozing of uncoordinated projects, but to focus all the energies of all the people that are here to this seminar to create an umbrella strategy for the African cities food system against climate change. How to do that in few words? With a general strategy that is based on the harmonization on urban food demand and rural food supply, with the participation of the social research world to support the actors on the field in their choice of the best solution and monitoring of the results, to get the civil society involved to ensure a broad popular participation. And this is a central point, to have a modular approach, an umbrella strategy that permits also to small projects to be part of a general strategy. It's important to follow a systemic method because food system in its whole production chain is to be observed. The specific strategy is the the participatory and inclusive analysis of the starting situation. This is important, participation. The second one is another tool, production of scenario and socioeconomic climate impact, combining data and information that are necessary to monitor the balance between environmental, social, and the economic components over time. We need the impact dashboard, we need calculator, we need mapper, we need all the tools from the research side to support this strategy. Third and last for this specific strategy, we need to implement an institutional dialogue system for the adoption of the best action by African cities, starting with the already existing good practices and the impact scenario as described in the previous points. So this is, I don't say enter into details, I don't deepen that. This is a scheme of participatory analysis that could be a basis on how to work together for a big strategy for the African cities food system against the climate change. Now, in the following intervents, I asked to all the people, if possible, to react to this position paper. And in the afternoon, we will try to design all together how to make this strategy real. We repeat, how to focus and concentrate the energy and the resource in a big design strategy and not in lots of uncoordinated projects. Thank you very much. I leave the floor to the next intervent, that is, if it's correct, Filippo Gavazzeni of the MUFPP Secretariat.
Good morning, everyone. I will share my screen. Okay, please tell me when you can see it.
Yes, sorry, we are a bit on delay, but we're trying to catch up with the next presentation. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. So just a quick introduction on the pact. So as you may know, the pact was launched in 2015, and it provides tangible. It's the first, let's say, network of mayors on urban food policies, and it provides
les maires, et ça représente une plateforme qui permet
creating more sustainable, inclusive, and resilient urban food system. Why it's a tangible platform? Because it provides, let's say, 37 recommended actions that are clustered in 6 categories that you can see in the slide, and that let's say touch the food system with an holistic approach. So from the governance of the food system and to all, let's say, the chain from production to distribution to preventing food waste. Let me also mention that to make it even more tangible and measurable, these 7 recommended actions are also, let's say, go along with a monitoring framework that will be explained right after me, and that we have developed together with RUAF and FAO. So this is a glimpse of the activities and the results of the first 5 years, let's say, of the pact. So we have gathered 215 cities in 6 regions. We have organized a good number of global fora and regional fora, and our governance is guaranteed by steering committee composed by 13 members. And finally, we have, let's say, collected, thanks to the Milan Pact Awards, 370 practices that are our common knowledge, our library, let's say, of knowledge, and we thanks to this library, we create, let's say, exchange among cities. So I will briefly go in depth on this number and providing you a focus on the regionalization in Africa. So these are the 6 regions of the pact, and you can see the 2 representatives from Africa that have been elected at the beginning of this year. Let me say with important competition, let's say. We have representing the signatory cities of Africa that are 37. Yes, 37. The city of Ouagadogou and the city of Antananarivo. So here are some details about the Milan Pact Award that till now allow us to, let's say, count on quite 400 practices and more than 100 videos on the quick and the prompt reaction of mayors during the COVID emergency to guarantee, let's say, the recovery for the food system shock. The African cities have been very proactive in also thanks to the partners that are here today with us, providing, let's say, more than 50 practices to the Milan Pact Award, and also we have one winning city that is Antananarivo that is connected today with us, and 3 special mentions that are the city of Lusaka, Dakar, and Nairobi. Well, another important tool of let's say working together are our regional and global forums. So here you can see some picture of our meeting from 2015 in Milan to the one at FAO, Tel Aviv, Valencia, Montpellier, and the one online. Let me anticipate you that the next one will take place in October in Barcelona, and you will receive soon a formal invitation. Since we know that in the same, let's say, cities in the same regions are facing more similar challenges and they have more similar environment, we are also spurring the regionalization process of the pact. And I am very happy to say that after Europe, the most proactive region in the regionalization process is Africa. And until now, as you know, we have organized since 2016, 4 regional fora. Again, thank you to all our partners that are here today. And let me just mention 2 things about the last one, and that took place in Ouagadogou. It was, in my opinion, a great success with more than 25 cities represented, and as it was hybrid, 70 people online and 50 in presence. Also, as a, let's say, as a tangible, let's say, heritage of this regional fora, we had the declarations, and they are tangible, they are concrete, and let me make this example. So in the declaration, there was also a point mentioning let's say, the creation of food council in African cities, and we are happy to share that the city of Abidjan very recently created a food council in consistent, let's say, with the declaration. So to conclude, I just would like to say that we are, I mean, as the speaker before me said, we need to create this enabling environment. And I think that that was also in the Ouagadogou Declaration. And we think that here today, there are all the recipes to create this enabling environment, and let's say together can keep shaping the future, let's say, of the regionalization process of the past in Africa. So thank you so much for this day, and also to our partners that made all this possible, and to the Italian agencies for the development cooperation that also, let's say, sponsor all this. Thank you.
Thank you, Filippo. Now we leave the floor to René, who is the coordinator of RUAF.
Yes, hello, good morning, everyone. And my name is René van Veenhuizen. I'm working with HIVOS NGO in the Netherlands, and which hosts the RUAF Global Partnership on Sustainable Urban Agriculture and Food Systems. I'm happy to join you, and I'm also thank you for inviting me to share some a particular experience. Last February, can you see my presentation, by the way? Yeah, okay. So last February in Ouagadogou, we were also virtually present with you and showing some of the results of the city region food systems work with FAO and Milan Pact, but also the monitoring handbook. And it's with a pleasure that the FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, the Milan Urban Food Policy Pact Secretariat, and RUAF recently released this handbook and resource pack to support the signatory cities. A tool for cities, this is, which has been developed by Joy Carey. I'm presenting for her, and a number of cities over the past year. As you know, the Milan Pact put forward a roadmap to develop sustainable food systems that are inclusive, fair, resilient, and diverse. And Filippo just shared with you the 6 work streams. Each have recommended actions, and the purpose is to encourage city policymakers, city actors to integrate sustainable urban food policies into programs and projects. And it's all very city specific. So in relation to the 6 categories of actions, the purpose of the monitoring framework is to identify priorities and agree on targets, to set baselines, and to undertake focused research and joint learning, for which the Milan Urban Food Policy Pact platform is excellent platform. So yes, indeed, this is part of a larger process, as Filippo just showed. In the different meetings we discussed, we presented, we learned together with cities, and we adapted this monitoring framework. And it's our wish that this is not the end of the journey, but the beginning of jointly further implementing this framework and learning together. So in this Milan this framework handbook and resource pack provides practical steps, simple tools, tips from other cities, lessons learned from other cities, and a methodology that wish to adopt and implement a monitoring framework to go along with the implementation of the framework. This is tailored, and it's a process, so it's tailored to city-owned context, and it's reflecting back and forward the recommendations made by the Milan Pact. So cities can follow and to develop a way of measuring, following their own priorities. This includes establishing a baseline, but also coming together with key actors in platforms to understand the food system, to jointly prioritize and measure this against the future. So there is a downloadable document that provides these steps and discusses these steps, gives reflections and lessons learned, and there's a whole resource pack, worksheets, which indicators have been used, and particularly with the cities that we have been developing with, and they will present after. One city will present after me, that's Antananarivo, but also with Quito in Latin America, and with Nairobi in Kenya. So just to give you a glimpse, it's very short time we have, but just to show you a glimpse, following the framework and working from left to right, Each of the 6 work streams can be found in the first column on the left. Then moving to the right, they will result in outcome areas, which are types of desired changes, of pathways of change, if you want. Then moving again, what are recommended actions cities can take that will lead to these outcomes? What examples are there from cities?
De chaque ville et quel type d'indicateur on peut utiliser.
For suggested indicators in this handbook. But for those of you who are interested and to consider more or other type of indicators, there's together with FAO a whole range of sustainability indicators have been prepared, and this is available. So taken together, these indicators will help to build a clear picture of what's happening. Yeah, there are quantitative indicators that can be counted, percentages, numbers, but also qualitative. And those are determined by the city and city actors themselves. And they can be adapted to also to the amount of data that are available and can be gathered. An example is a research we did, particularly also in Nairobi, on gender disaggregated data and the possibility of gathering these for in using this framework. In addition to these indicators, it's also focused on measuring action, but also designing policies based on this evidence base, based on the priority areas, and defining target interventions together with the city constitution. It's very important to stress at this point that all indicators can only be suggestions. It is not possible to have 44 indicators that are suit every city in the world. So there are some lessons that are incorporated in this handbook. But key point here is that all these indicators should be customized to suit the local situation. This example, for instance, is how the city of Antananarivo has customized some of their priority indicators to better suit the changes they are able to address. So from indicator 5 on governance, they went down to say, what can we measure and what is the first step in this pathway of change that we want to take? And this is what we're going to measure. And in the course of time, this can be adapted to and be more detailed. I think I'm running out of time here. It's just to give you a glimpse, and I'm inviting you to visit the website of Milan Pact of FAO and RUAF to go in deep in this handbook, download it, and go and start working with it. I like this particular slide. This is the example of Antananarivo, how they used infographics to communicate. And that's also very important. Also working with cities in the Netherlands and Belgium. One of the key questions of cities is also how do we communicate with our constituency? And this kind of simple, well, relatively simple dashboards show where are we in the implementation of the framework and what can we do better together. It's really focused on creating a bigger picture. And with that, I would like to end this short presentation of the handbook and the resource guide, saying that yes, we wish you a very fruitful meeting today, and we are happy to support you with this information and link you to the cities that have experiences in the region. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, René. And now we leave the floor to Chiara, who is the Decentralized Cooperation Manager of the International Cooperation Office of the city of Antananarivo.
And I am the Decentralized Cooperation Officer and the MUFPP focal point for the city of Antananarivo. And I would like to thank the MUFPP Secretariat for inviting us for this important session today. And I would like to start with a brief introduction of the city. So, Antananarivo can be divided in 6 boroughs and subdivided into 192 putan or quartiers. And the population for the city is around 1,274,225 people.
but the agglomeration of Antananarivo is around 3,623,000. The city is considered as 45% cultivable areas, where 20% of households can be considered as farmers. For the frameworks of my presentation, since 2020, the city have set up a market department and an urban agricultural service within its department, which are in charge of the partnership with a private company, the cooperation with FAO Madagascar, and the Milan Pact Secretariat. For the urban agricultural service, they are actually strengthening the partnership for access of food for the vulnerable population. And since January 2020, this service has been established by the mayor to better adapt the needs of a vulnerable population towards food, especially in the primary school of the capital of Madagascar. Indeed, the actions have been taken to strengthen the resilience of vulnerable people in the municipality, even before the pandemic, thanks to the support of private partners, in particular the Action Foundation. Vegetable gardens have been set up in public schools to meet the food needs of the young students from disadvantaged backgrounds. Around 9 pilot projects have been established among the 94 schools, primary schools, and vegetable garden in the social center, technical support in the center for orphans in the city. And there is also the establishment of a mobile application called Mambuliao, or I Cultivate, which is supported by the German NGO Friedrich Ebert Foundation for the mobilization and awareness of young people to cultivate and focus on the income generating activity. There is also the setting up of the CRFS, or City Region Food System, in the FAO Madagascar and Antananarivo, which are in charge of the urban agriculture showcase closer to the producer and consumer. Basically, the rural activities dominates most of Malagasy territory. This activity is predominant both in the suburb area and in the large cities such as Antananarivo. Agriculture is visible everywhere in the city and the outskirts, because 45% of surface of the agglomeration of Tana is agriculture, is based on agricultural and cultivated, most of the 1/3 of municipality. Such agricultural sectors are integrated crops dominated in the agglomeration of Antananarivo by the culture of rice, which is 66%, vegetables 15%, cassava 12%, tree crops 2%, and watercress is mostly present in the city center. The plains, which covers the capital and its suburb area, is favorable for the activities of cultures and farming for many households. About 30% of household devotes its activities and source of income on food system. Almost 75% of the household activities revolve around the urban agricultural food system, like transport of small flows, peddlers, and illegal food vendors. It is also one of the source of food or self-consumption for the population, where small farmers cultivate rice and vegetables, and which could be potential vectors of individual resilience during the COVID-19. The majority of vegetables consumed in the capital are produced locally. Around 90 to 100% of the city needs in watercress are produced locally. 90% of the eggs and 20% of the rice, around 53,000 tons of rice produced per year, are produced locally in the city of Antananarivo. Due to the rapid growth of the urbanization, the cities are facing a lot of troubles producing the foods necessary for the population. But thanks to the suburban area, these foods can be supplied easily through the ease of transportation around the city of Antananarivo. The income source of the farmers are produced locally. With the COVID-19 striking the city of Antananarivo, many people are turning to urban agriculture to escape fluctuating prices of the food. Income source activities are also undertaken by NGOs and other city partners in order to strengthen the resilience of vulnerable people, like waste recycling and technical and financial support through setting up community garden project and agroecologies, fish farming within the city limit. The city region food system has been established recently in the city in the partnership with FAO Madagascar and the FAO HQ in Rome. Basically, for Antananarivo, the CRFS is based on the strengthening of a climate resilience of food systems in the urban region through adapted production systems. They are divided in four objectives. The first is the multi-stakeholder engagement and multi-level governance. Second one is the comprehensive climate risk assessment in the CRFS. Third one is development of policies and strategy on climate resilience. And last one is the capacity development of vulnerable stakeholders in good climate resilient practices related to the CRFS and in knowledge sharing through soft cooperation. Next one is the governance for the city of Antananarivo. Through the Milan Pact, the municipality has strengthened its collaboration with many stakeholders in the food system. This multi-party and multi-sectorial approach of the MUFPP, the public and private actors, organization of the civil society, the research organization, and academia have developed common strategies and coordination of the data collection process in order to identify the impacts of food policies in Antananarivo. This action resulted in the decision to implement the MUFPP indicator framework and to organize the existing food system data in the municipality. As a result of this project, Antananarivo received an enthusiastic response from all of the stakeholders, and wishing to participate in the consolidation of a multi-sectorial approach in the city. The data collection processing significantly contributed to a participatory decision process for the municipality and its stakeholders. This year, despite the health crisis, the city has become even more committed by applying for the election of membership in the steering committee of the MUFPP. And our goal is to strengthen the voice of local governments in the international food policy decisions. There is also recently in June, the signatory of the Green Cities Initiative with the Director General of the FAO. And for Antananarivo, this Green City Initiative is mainly based on securing healthy and sustainable food through the promotion of productive green spaces in the agglomeration of the metropolitan city of Antananarivo with 5 key outcomes. The first one is the production of green spaces and as a catalyst for learning and exchanging urban agricultural practice and responsible consumption in the local products. Second one is a capacity building of actors in the integration of urban and peri-urban agriculture into the local planning. Third one is a roadmap and a list of projects of implementation of priority actions in the city. Next one is setting of tools for the establishment of a network of green cities in Madagascar. And last one is a good coordination of pilot projects and advocacy of actions with a view to mobilizing the partnership and resources with the stakeholders in Antananarivo. Thank you very much for your attention. And again, thank you for inviting the city of Antananarivo to be part of this session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tatiana. So since we are a bit on delay, I'm asking everyone to try to be concise to allow everyone to present. Now we leave the floor to Scarlett, who is the technical advisor to the mayor and also the MUF focal point of the city of Ouagadogou.
Hello, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me. Bonjour à tous. Hello?
Hello, yes, we can see your presentation, but you can maybe, put in the presentation mode.
Okay.
Thanks.
So, hi, everyone. My name is Scarlett Zongo. I will do the presentation in French, if you don't mind.
It's perfect.
Ok. Donc, je suis Scarlett Zongo, conseillère technique du maire de Ouagadougou en matière d'environnement et de développement durable et point focal du pacte de Milan pour la ville de Ouagadougou. Je vais commencer ma présentation par vous présenter la ville de Ouagadougou. Alors, Ouagadougou, c'est une ville de près de 3 millions d'habitants, répartie sur 600 km². Donc, c'est une ville vraiment étalée et le taux d'urbanisation est de 4,4%. Et Ouagadougou abrite 12% de la population totale et environ 30% de l'ensemble de la ville est occupé par de l'habitat spontané. On appelle ça des non-lotis ici au Burkina. Et l'étalement urbain est très important, donc la pression foncière sur les zones agricoles périphériques est également élevée. Donc, on constate également une pauvreté urbaine assez élevée. Donc, si vous voyez sur la carte en vert tout autour, c'est la ceinture verte. dont je vous parlerai plus en détail dans les prochaines diapositives. Alors, l'enjeu de l'alimentation à Ouaga, c'est qu'il y a une pauvreté urbaine assez élevée, comme je disais, qui rime avec insécurité alimentaire. Donc, on a un système de sécurité sociale qui est quasi absent, ce qui fait que la résilience est difficile dans les foyers dits pauvres. On remarque également une insécurité due à l'intraçabilité de la provenance des aliments. Et pour ce qui est de la production alimentaire, il y a une utilisation abusive des pesticides et des fertilisants chimiques, ce qui crée des risques sur la santé de la population. Ouagadougou est signataire du pacte de Milan depuis 2018. Nous avons participé à la 3e édition du Forum sur le pacte de Milan à Niamey et nous avons été également hôtes de la 4e édition régionale Afrique du Forum sur le pacte de Milan. Nous avons également été élus membres du comité de pilotage du pacte de Milan en mars 2021. Accueillir cette édition du MUFPP a été très importante pour nous car cela nous a permis de convaincre l'ensemble du conseil municipal et les structures étatiques qui interviennent d'une façon ou d'une autre dans l'agriculture urbaine à soutenir l'élan de la ville en matière d'agriculture urbaine. Ça nous a également obligés à renforcer la gouvernance en matière de politique alimentaire urbaine, d'effectuer du plaidoyer, entre autres, pour faire de la ceinture verte un pôle de croissance économique vert pour nourrir la ville de Ouagadougou. Et nous avons dans la même veine réalisé l'état des lieux de 37 actions du MUFPP, ce qui nous a permis de répertorier toutes les initiatives en cours et de partager notre expérience avec la nouvelle communauté des communes du Grand Ouaga, qui est constituée de Ouagadougou et de 7 communes rurales avoisinantes. Alors, les défis de la région Afrique en matière d'agriculture urbaine, d'alimentation en général, il y a beaucoup de défis qui sont liés, entre autres, à l'insécurité alimentaire, au changement climatique, à la disponibilité des sols et de l'eau, surtout dans la zone du Sahel, à la conciliation entre l'agriculture urbaine et la pollution, à la faible industrialisation en matière d'unités de transformation des produits agricoles, à l'accroissement rapide de la population. Comme vous savez, l'urbanisation est galopante, surtout dans la région Afrique. Et également l'impact de la pandémie à Covid-19 qui continue de nous affecter. Il y a également le phénomène de l'insécurité due au terrorisme, parce que dans la zone du Sahel, il y a beaucoup de déplacés internes qui se retrouvent généralement dans les villes de taille moyenne ou la ville capitale qu'est Ouagadougou. Donc, ce phénomène perturbe les systèmes alimentaires existants. La piste de solution que nous avons identifiée à Ouagadougou et que nous voulons partager, c'est l'agriculture urbaine. À Ouagadougou, nous avons un potentiel important en matière d'agriculture urbaine. Nous avons une ceinture verte de 1065 hectares à réhabiliter. Cette ceinture, en fait, elle a été planifiée dans les années 70 pour servir de poumon vert et de rempart au vent de l'harmattan, mais faute de réalisation concrète, cet espace a été laissé à l'abandon et est maintenant en train d'être colonisé par des installations anarchiques de toutes sortes. Et depuis 2018, la mairie de Ouagadougou a entamé la reconquête de cet espace avec un projet participatif de réhabilitation agroforestière. Et 70% des efforts de la ville en matière d'action et de politique alimentaire portent sur cette ceinture verte. Donc, voici quelques chiffres que nous avons rassemblés dans le cadre du plan d'occupation des sols, entre autres, qui a montré que le secteur du maraîchage est essentiellement féminin, à 52%. Alors, la politique alimentaire de la ville de Ouagadougou En faveur de l'organisation de la 4e édition Afrique du Forum sur le pacte de Milan, nous avons dû définir des priorités. Et ces priorités portent sur, entre autres, produire localement des aliments de qualité, réhabiliter la ceinture verte en faisant un pôle de croissance vert, valoriser les matières fermentées de la ville, qui est près de 25% des déchets de la ville, et générer des revenus et des emplois pour les jeunes et les femmes. Pour cela, nous avons fait une cartographie entre guillemets des 37 actions du MUFPP pour voir en fait lesquelles nous menions déjà. Et comme vous pouvez le voir, la plupart de nos actions sont concentrées dans les catégories Food Production and Social and Economy Equity. Nous avons vraiment concentré nos efforts dans ces 2 catégories parce qu'elles permettent à la fois de nourrir la ville, mais également de régler des problèmes de pauvreté et de manque d'emploi pour les jeunes et les femmes. Voici quelques exemples d'initiatives que nous avons déployées dans le cadre des 37 actions du MUFPP. Et celle-ci, il s'agit de Mangeons bien, mangeons sain, qui est une campagne de sensibilisation pour réduire la consommation du sucre et du sel dans la ville. Donc, on a fait de l'affichage, on a fait des spots de sensibilisation à la télé, à la radio, dans les écoles, pour encourager les gens à réduire leur consommation de sucre et de sel. Nous avons également l'initiative de réhabilitation de la ceinture verte à travers le projet Ensemble bouclons la ceinture verte de Ouagadogou. Je vous parlais plutôt de la réhabilitation de cette ceinture verte et cette réhabilitation s'opère à travers un programme d'agroforesterie qui consiste à planter des arbres et à réaliser des planches de maraîchiculture entre les plants. Donc, en raison de nos moyens limités, nous avons fait un appel général aux entreprises citoyennes de la ville qui, à travers leur RSE, s'engagent à planter 1 hectare de forêt par année. Donc, la mairie s'engage à prendre soin des plants grâce à l'appui des maraîchiculteurs installés sur le site. Et c'est une approche gagnant-gagnant qui marche très bien et qui crée plus d'engouement d'année en année. Nous avons également cette initiative qui est en cours de déploiement. Il s'agit de Ouagadogou, qui est une plateforme de e-commerce pour les produits issus du secteur de l'économie sociale et solidaire. En fait, l'idée, c'était de servir de plateforme vitrine pour les produits localement. Donc, c'est en cours et ça a été financé par le PNUD et le peuple japonais. Celle-ci, c'est une action qui a été menée en partenariat avec des institutions. Captain, en fait, c'était pour inculquer des valeurs entrepreneuriales, agricoles chez les jeunes, donc à partir de 10 ans. Et donc, on leur a appris les bases de la maraîchiculture, entre autres. Et on a fait participer plusieurs écoles. Notre partenariat avec l'ONG Manitese, nous avons pu cartographier les périmètres maraîchers urbains et recenser les producteurs de la zone. Nous avons également soutenu des maraîchiculteurs avec des outils pour améliorer la productivité. Nous avons également fait un concours qui s'appelle Nourri Ouaga pour les jeunes. Et à travers cela, nous avons pu identifier quelques projets porteurs que nous appuyons en fait à travers avec des ONG comme Ricolto. La dernière action que je vais vous présenter aujourd'hui porte sur le projet Moins de déchets, plus d'opportunités. Et à travers cette initiative, on a fait un projet pilote de tri sélectif qui a permis d'identifier en fait les freins à la possible mise en œuvre d'un système de tri sélectif. L'objectif, en fait, c'était de vraiment voir quelles pourrait être l'opportunité de valoriser les déchets, surtout ceux qui sont